The woods don't talk to everyone. Only those who stay long enough to listen. There's something that moves between the trees, and it knows your name. Out here, voices echo after dark, calling from the tree line. And some nights, they almost sound human. Welcome, seekers of the paranormal. And listen in as we dive into the eerie and unexplained. So turn off the lights as we join Dustin and Luke in exploring the unknown.
Now, earlier you were talking about the property you live on now, and how there was a gentleman, a farmer. He was on a tractor and it had rolled over. You were saying a little bit about how the property you're on now is haunted. You tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure that it is. I haven't had a chance to really do much exploring around here yet, but the guy that shows it, I'm on 23 acres, and it's almost entirely wooded. At the top of the hill, there's two big pole barns and the main house. And the guy that lived here before he's actually a home inspector, and he was out doing something a little too close to the side of the hill, because there's some areas where it goes down pretty steep into a ravine.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he was on a tractor and it rolled over on, and he was pinned down for a while before anybody found him. But he did die. And he had a few kids here, and they were, one of them refused to leave. They had to come evict him. But there's just a lot of weird things in the woods out here, and I don't know if it has anything to do with him. I can't say his spirits out here, but these woods are. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the woods. I spent a lot of time in Appalachia. A whole lot of time in West Virginia. I've been all over those mountains, and I know when woods are just woods, and I know when woods are a little bit more than woods.
Mm-hmm.
And woods out here are a little bit more than woods.
Yeah.
I get a weird feeling because I hang out at one of the barns that's kind of half in the woods, and the other half is out in the clearing. And I've had friends over, and they don't like walking close to those woods at night. They don't even like walking next to them. And I get it too. But sometimes, when I have to walk one of the exits to get out of the barn back out into the clearing, you have to walk kind of right next to the woods. I walk a little more briskly when I go through that.
I blame you.
I things like just behind growth in the woods, but kind of match pace with me, kind of watching me. I think easily could be animals. There's a lot of animals out here. But I know what animals sound like. So you're asking about Bigfoot, so it would surprise me at all. I was talking to one of my silly friends. I was like, man, I think there might be Sam Squatches out here. And he was like, yeah, they probably want to use you in their mating ritual.
We've heard all kinds of names for Sasquatch. Wood booger. What else, Luke? What was the first one?
Cowker.
And down in Kentucky,
Woodburger.
Yeah.
What would you say is the wildest experience that you've had? Like, what would be like the number one ranking thing?
Oh, that's if it would probably be something at the house. It would it might have even been that record player because that was. I mean, there is no explaining that away. That was some paranormal, something weird. You know, there's that was definitely something. You know, I can't pretend like, oh, I'm just tripping myself. No, that was something going on.
Yeah.
That might have been it because I remember, but I was frozen for a good 5 minutes just staring at that damn record player like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
That maybe a close second would have been when my buddy Will came home 5 times.
Yeah, that one would
That
be
was pretty
that would freak
wild
me
too.
out too. Yeah, I know. Whenever, because I heard giggling that day. Whenever I thought Renee came home, I heard the kids. I heard my 2-year-old giggling out in the living room. But when I walked out there, I was just me.
Yeah, I've had that too. I've heard voices. I've heard conversations. Yeah, uh, I hear that out here at where I am now too a lot. Like I'll hear people talking in the woods. And they're not supposed to be anybody out there.
Can you understand what they're saying?
No, I can just barely hear it. And it's definitely like a conversation between like two people. I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, for I've never been afraid to go out in the woods at night, but I have never walked out in these woods at night.
Yeah.
By myself.
The forest doesn't let go of its secrets. It just waits for you to come back. Send us your stories at exploringtheunknownpod at outlook.com or call at 412-533-3483. Like, subscribe, and whatever you do, don't answer the whispers.